YouTube channel.
My name is H. and I am KAFC's third
My name
striker.
is Andre Rosso, and I am KAFC's second striker. I am the flip of H.
Oh, my name is El Delgado, and I refuse to retire. And I am 37 years old, and I still play soccer or football at an elite level.
Note, all three are professional soccer or football players.
You see the World Cup screen again, but in a different color. I am actually revealing the full stats of the World Cup teams that are unusual. And the video about telling you the World Cup's appearances for each team is going to be later on in this Advent Calendar series. Or it's at other points. But here is the tournaments each country had its best finish in. We are going to do this west to east. Starting at the northwest corner of the map, Canada got to the World Cup in 1986 and only finished in the group stage, sadly. USA got to third place in the first ever World Cup. Mexico got to the quarterfinals, both times they hosted the tournament. Cuba in the quarterfinals in 1938, Haiti in the 1974 World Cup, I believe, and they only got group stage, got beat 5-0. El Salvador in the group stage in 1970, Honduras in the group stage in both 2010 and 2014. Next we have CONMEBOL, Colombia quarterfinals in the 2014 World Cup. Ecuador got to, we'll be back at them later. Bolivia in several tournaments, including the 1994 World Cup. Brazil won 5 World Cups. And you could probably name these World Cups. Argentina won 2 World Cups, 1978 and 1986. Chile got to the finals. No, they got to the semifinals or finals in their World Cup in 1962. Uruguay won the World Cup in 1950 and on home soil in the first ever World Cup in 1930. Ecuador made it to the round of 16 into Germany's 2006 World Cup. The first World Cup in Africa, which was in South Africa, Paraguay had their best ever finish, the quarterfinals. Speaking of South Africa, their best ever finish was group stage in 2002 and 2010. North of them, Angola, group stage, 2006. DR Congo, who was Zaire when they made it to the World Cup in 1974. Cameroon in 1990. Nigeria in 2014 got to the round of 16. Togo was stuck in the group stage in 2006. Ghana got to the quarterfinals. They could have gotten to the semis if they didn't miss a penalty or if Luis Suarez didn't cheat. Côte d'Ivoire, group stage. They could have gotten to the round of 16 all 3 times if things hadn't gone wrong for them. If Portugal, Greece, and probably Argentina failed, they might have gotten to the round of 16. Senegal, surprise, in 2002. Morocco got to the round of 16 in 1998 and a few previous tournaments. Algeria in 2014. Tunisia got to the group stage 4 times. In Egypt, 1934 and 1990. We forgot the debutant Panama with CONCACAF and Iceland, which are gray on this map because from the 2014 World Cup. After it. And north of England is Scotland, who got to group stage multiple times. Last appearance, 1998. Ireland's last appearance was 2002, and they got to the quarterfinals in one of the other tournaments. We'll get back to them later. Wales, surprisingly, got to the 1958 World Cup, where they had the quarterfinal finish. England won the World Cup on home soil. France won the World Cup on home soil. Spain won the World Cup in South Africa. Portugal got to 3rd place in 1966. Italy won the World Cup 4 times. Turkey got to the It was the semifinals where they lost to Brazil and came third in the 2002 World Cup. Greece got to the round of 16 in 2014. Bulgaria to the semifinals in 1994. Romania got to the quarterfinals, probably in the same tournament. Ukraine to the quarterfinals in 2006. Poland to semifinals? Probably at some point. 1990 World... No, it wasn't. Poland got to the... Get back to Poland later. Slovakia to the round of 16 in 2010. Czech Republic to group stage in 2006. Austria won the earlier tournament. We'll get back to them later. Hungary got to the finals of 1954. How astonishing for a small nation. Serbia and Bosnia group stage. Sadly, in 2014, 2010, Serbia in 2010 and Bosnia in 2014. Croatia got third place in 1998. Slovenia in 2002, wherever they finished, group stage probably. And, don't you forget, Germany won the 2014 World Cup. Netherlands got to the finals twice and failed to the 2 World Cups in a row. Belgium got to the semifinals? I'm not sure. In the earlier World Cup, we'll talk about that one later. Norway in 1994. Sweden got to the finals on home soil where they lost to Brazil, who had Pele. And lastly, of Europe, the hosts of the next tournament in Russia. They only had the group stage, yet their predecessor, the Soviet Union, got to the semifinals. Serbia, Bosnia, and Croatia and Slovenia all had Yugoslavia, who got to the semifinals. East and West Germany, well, West Germany had the same feats as Germany, winning all the previous World Cups, because the 2014 World Cup was the first as the United Germany. Sorry for political references. Czechoslovakia made it to the semifinals, if you can see at the bottom. And Serbia and Montenegro, group stage. They lost pretty horrifically in the 2006 World Cup. Austria got to the third place in 1954, the same World Cup that Hungary got to the final. Returning to Poland, you think Poland are good now? They are, but they got to third place in 1974 and 1982, which probably Boniek played. There, we have Denmark, who I forgot to include earlier. They got to the quarterfinals in 1998. Finally, we return to Romania, who got to the quarterfinals in 1998. Now off of Europe and into Asia. Israel, I forgot, I think it's 1966 World Cup, they got to the group stage. Saudi Arabia, they got to the round of 16 in 1994. Iraq got to the group stage in 1986. Iran, on multiple occasions, 1998, 2002, not 2006, 2010, not 2010, 2014, maybe 2018. China got to the group stage in 2002. North Korea, as I said at the beginning of the other video, 1966. South Korea got to the semifinals, co-hosting on home soil. Fourth, behind Turkey, who qualified 3 times. Well, they did horribly those first 2 times below. At some point. Japan, round of 16, probably in the same tournament. Indonesia made it to... They were in the group stage of 1938. Unlike Cuba, who they advanced, but Indonesia group stage. Australia, called their nickname Socceroos, made it to the round of 16 in 2006. The same World Cup, the same qualification process they had to use to beat Uruguay, and it paid off. New Zealand, 2 group stage finishes in 1982 and 2010. Forgot a fact about Peru. They made a holiday after their qualification to the 2018 World Cup. And we forgot one nation, Trinidad and Tobago. Group stage, 2006. Had a draw with England. And here are a few nations that could have come close to making their debuts. Uganda, Zambia, Solomon Islands, Albania, Gabon, Congo, Mali, Guinea. They weren't even close, but I'm just saying it anyways. And most of all, Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, if the away rules did not kick in for qualifications to the 2014 World Cup, Burkina Faso would have been a debutant in the 2014 World Cup. And they probably would have gotten group stage anyways, but who cares? Oops, I forgot. United Arab Emirates got group stage in 1990. And Syria could have been, if they beat Australia, they would have gone to interconfederational playoffs and could have made a debut at the 2018 World Cup. That's all from me today. But if you want the home venues for all of these World Cups, I'll just make another video about it. But someone else made another video about it, probably. Remember to press the notifications button, which goes ring, ring, ring after you press it. And lightning strikes back. And that's as if you subscribed, of course. And thank you for watching this entire video. This sport that's played at the World Cup is called football according to most of the world. If you live in United States, Canada, Australia, Japan, South Africa, or Papua New Guinea, it's called soccer. Maybe not in South Africa, but still. Why do I care? Actually I do. Still, half of the world's population are fans of this sport that you kick the ball with. And probably, 3 out of 5 of you will probably be watching the World Cup 2018. And yep, all the stats that I have are as of Russia 2018. Oh, and forgot, Qatar hosts the 2022 World Cup.